back to the drawing board for Juventus as Sarri ball is no more. But who's going to come out on top in Serie A for the brand new season? We'll take a little look. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we're taking a look at the 2000. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we're taking a look at the brand new squeaky clean Serie A season, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related. Whoa, football related, we got all here, boys, under one roofski. That's right, boys and girls. Yes, of course, Juventus, champions of Italy once again, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for the fans. It wasn't good enough for the backroom staff. So Sarri is out on his ear, but will he land on his feet elsewhere? Of course, there are rumours of Internazionale going to be making way, get Conte out of the door, and of course, where's he going to end up? It's all over the place at the minute over in Italy, but we'll talk more about that in just a second. If you are new to the channel, smash your subscribe. Of course, I want to bring your attention to some brand new Patreons, boys and girls. That's right. Over the past few days, we've generated about three of them. We already knew about Ultra Oma Murat, who was a brand new patron last week, but over the weekend, we've seen Nathan Heaver, respect to you, sir, welcome to the gang, and brand new Chris Wilson. That's right, boys and girls, respect to the guys making my patrons up to 14 for the channel. They are supporting behind the scenes executive producers for the channel. Now, if anyone else is out there who wants to join this illustrious VIP gang, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So yeah, big shout out to those guys. They joined the likes of Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, LG and Cal, Bianca Molnar, Daniel Malakodi Gaho, Jakob Johansson, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Foster, and Aztec Marketing Marks. So respect to those guys for supporting the channel in the way that they do. Yes, VIP gang. So let's get into it now. And before we jump in the deep end, I want to tell you all, of course, this season we'll be doing a prediction league, but we'll have a prediction league for Serie A. What does that mean? That means you get in the old comments match day by match day, put your predictions in, and you'll automatically enter yourself into a little mini tournament, mini challenge amongst all the other Serie A fans that watch this content, and you can see if you can out predict them basically at the end. If you're there each and every week, you're going to improve your match day, your prediction rating, and then of course the further up the field you are, the better predictor you will be, and whoever comes out on top will be crowned prediction master for this division. It's free to enter. Just show up, predict, and piss off. That's right. Don't piss off. Just you know, explore the channel. That's what you got to do. And again, what else I want to say about this? The best way to keep bang up to date is, of course, bang the old subscribe button, boys, and also bang the little bell. I'll keep you up to date with all the videos and all the kind of jazz. We are having prediction leagues across the various other leagues: Premier League, Championship, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, and even the Eredivisie out in Holland, of course, and of course Champions League and all that kind of jazz. But that, my friends, is that. So now we're going to talk about the brand new squeaky clean season, 2020-2021 season. Now, if you never see one of my prediction shows that I do the whole leagues, we like to do it a little bit different here. Well, when I say we, I mean me. I like to start smack dab in the middle and work my way down, boys and girls. So in this 20-team division, we're going to start smack dab in the middle and go with 11th place. Who will finish 11th in the old Serie A? Well, according to my brain, I'm going to go with Parma. That's right. No major surprise there. It's pretty much as you were. They finished 11th the last time around. I don't expect them too much. They're a decent side. In fact, I think I actually heard, I don't know if I was dreaming it, but I did hear some bad news about Parma. I can't really remember. So if you're aware of the bad news, let me know. They that's it. They did recently sack their manager. It was today or yesterday. Oh my goodness, I didn't dream it. It was legit. So Roberto D'Aversa has been binned off. Don't know who the new manager is going to be. Will they make the plunge? Because there are some decent managers out there at the moment. We're talking about Sarri. We're talking about Matey Boy from Inter Milan, who's possibly going to walk away as well. Where are they going to go? They are two top quality managers. Pochettino's out there in the wilderness. What's going to happen to him? I don't know. But anyway, Parma have got rid of their manager. Mid-table last season. Was it apparently maybe it wasn't good enough, or I don't know. I don't know why they've done that. The bookmakers odds for Parma, they're around about mid-table, around about 750 to 1. Give or take, depending on where you look for your odds. 1,500 to 1. I'm going to stick with the 750 to 1. So they're long shots in a cluster of other teams, middle of the road. They could get sucked into the relegation battle, but to be honest with you, I think they'll be okay, regardless of whoever will take over the brand new season. Do we have data on that yet? No, we don't know who they're going to play. Of course, they've only just confirmed who is in the division through their playoffs and all that kind of jazz, so I don't know who they're going to be kicking off their campaign But anyway, for me, I'm going to see them as mid-table fodder. Next up in 12th spot will be Fiorentina. Last time around, they finished in 10th. And they did finish actually quite strong as well. Maybe if a couple more games were added to the season, they're probably going to finish up into the top 8, something like that. Decent little side is Fiorentina. Of course, familiar with the division. They've been up there about. So they've had some really good quality players over the years. This time around, they're managed by Giuseppe Iannacci. Jermaine Pasella is El Capitano these days for Fiorentina. The bookmakers do have them around about quite high up the table. 2, 4, 6. 8th favourites for the title, 250 to 1. They're out on their own, boys and girls. I do expect them to have a bit more of a rough season. It's not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be terrible, but they'll be in more of the mid-table discussion. Because when you see the teams that are above them in that top 10, you'll see why. Of course, there are some players, some clubs that are battling above their weight. And they've been doing so for the past couple of seasons, and I don't expect too much to change there, though. Next up, 13th spot, Cagliari. Of course, last season they had a tremendous start to the season, but then they ended up around about 14th. I think I had them to go down last season, so I've learned from my mistakes there, boys. I've learned from my mistakes. They're a decent sort of side, a team that will always be there. Kind of like, let's have a little think about it. I was going to say a Watford, but they just got relegated. Maybe like a Brighton. A team that's just nibbling away, or a Burnley, yeah, how about that? Them bastards never go down. So Cagliari there, 14th last time around, one better this time around. The bookmakers don't have odds, yes I do. Cagliari down, 5th favourites to go down, 750 to 1 as well, alongside the likes of Torino and co. But for me, yeah, they'll be all right. Mid-table security for them. Again, we don't know who they're going to be kicking off their campaign against. They are managed by, I'll tell you who their manager is. Cagliari, managed by, where is it? I've lost it. Managerial scenario. Cagliari, managed by Eusebio Di Francesco. That's a familiar name, of course, formerly of Roma and Sampdoria as well. He didn't last long at Sampdoria last season. He got binned off. Next up into 14th, a bit of a surprise perhaps for many. Benevento, that's right. Of course, they got themselves promoted last time from Serie B, managed by Italian legend Filippo Inzaghi. That's right. Former AC Milan, Juventus goal-scoring machine. As well as also played for Atalanta back in the day. Scored 24 goals in 33 games for Atalanta. Of course, previously managed Bologna, Venezia and AC Milan back in the day. But now he's pulling the strings at Benevento. Of course, a lot of teams have them to go down. Actually, favourites to go down. But they did finish quite comfortably in Serie B. They finished a respectable around about 20 points clear of the chasing pack. So they know what they're doing. They only lost 4 last time around. So I do expect them to be in the mix to stay around this season. Of course, they will struggle. Of course, it's brand new territory for them. But I do expect them to be competitive. 16,000 usually can watch these bad boys. It's one of the third lowest stadium in the division, but that won't stop them. It won't stop them, of course, this time out. So I do expect them to be okay. The bookies have them to go down, but I do think they'll be around for another season. They'll have at least a season there before things go wrong, or maybe Inzaghi might get plucked for one of the clubs that might struggle. Parma, for example. I don't know. You just don't know if that happens. Yeah, it's because of my brain. Anyway, next up we have Udinese. Udinese did finish, of course, around about 13th last time around. They did start to pick up some points towards the back end of the season. And usually they're around about 13th, 12th, something like that. But again, I do think familiar haunts will cause them problems in this season. And again, I think they will struggle once again. Currently managed by... I'll tell you, it's Luca Gotti. There it is. Kevin Lasagna. That's right. Goal-scoring machine for Udinese. That's a top priority, is to keep him at the club this season. He knows where the back of the net is, of course. The bookmakers for Udinese, they have them 4th favourites to go down. I have them a little bit better than that to stick around this season. 750 to 1. Some have them a 3,000 to 1 for the title as well. But Udinese will struggle, but they'll be okay. Torino next in 16th spot. Of course, they had a roller coaster sort of back end of the season. They've got a top player in Belotti as well, good leader, a goal scoring machine. He also knows the back of the net, and he must think what the heck's he doing there? He must think he deserves to be playing at a top level or the club going places. He's not getting any younger either as Belotti. He's 26 years of age, still got a lot of decent football up ahead of him. Of course, he plays for the national team as well. he needs to maybe move on. If Torino can't kick on, he needs to move on. Anyway, of course, Torino did finish the season in 16th spot last time around. Currently managed by Marco Giampolo, and of course Belotti, youngster for El Capitano these days. The bookies also have them to struggle. Or do they? Do they have a mid-table? You can have odds at 751 for the title. Also, long shots at 1500 to go for the title as well. For me, though, I think they will just survive 16th spot in the end, which, to be honest with you, for a club of that stature, I think they deserve to be in the top 10 in my eyes. Next up, we have Bologna. That's right, Bologna did finish last season as high as 12th. A club for me that is always going to struggle, will be in that discussion towards the back end of it, of course. Managed these days by Sincha Milagovic. Andrea Poli is the capitano these days for Bologna. The bookmakers have Bologna around about mid-table as well, 750 to 1, about similar odds as Torino. But they're one of those clubs that will struggle. And again, I think it's going to be season of no difference for them. They're going to be finished reasonable 12th last time around, a good drop 17th spot. They'll stick around. It might be in the discussion for relegation for a bit, but maybe it'll be a clear difference, a good 5 or 6 points between themselves and going down. So they'll be all right, I think, in the end. But ultimately, a season of woe for Bologna. Next up, we have Crotone. That's right, another new team coming up as runners-up out in Serie B. They did finish the season over in Serie B, and they finished a good 7 points clear of their nearest and dearest, who were third place Spezia, and a good 18 points adrift of the leaders Benevento. So there's a bit of a difference between those two, and I do think despite Benevento's successes in my eyes for this coming season, I think the runners-up Crotone will struggle. They are doomed to go down, second favourites to go down, 1,001, 4,500 to 1 on some bookmakers to get themselves the title. So long shots. Managed by Giovanni Stroppa, is of course Italian guru who's played everywhere, and he's managed in the lower leagues. So he's actually managed Spezia, who are also the other team that got themselves promoted as well. So he's been around the lower leagues. This is probably his first crack of the whip in the top flight as a manager. And I don't expect much, to be honest with you. I think they will struggle. They might just make it. Genoa, do you know what I mean? Genoa, they just survived last time around, 4 points clear of Lecce. They're a decent, obviously fantastic city, Genoa, but I think unless they make some drastic changes, they will have another season of struggle. They looked unconvincing. Davide Nicola is the manager at the moment. Domenico Cristicchio is El Capitano. Of course, formerly managed over Udinese and Crotone as well. He's 47 years of age. It's a good age for a manager, but again, the bookies have them third favourites to go down, and that's pretty much similar to what I think. I think they'll be in the lower table battle for the majority of the season, but ultimately end up in those bottom 3 spots, and will go to Serie B, which will be a blessing for the likes of Benevento and Udinese and co above them. So yeah, and of course, no questions really. Spezia last to come up, but they'll be first to go down. That's right. Of course, an unfamiliar name for me, Vincenzo Italiano, quality name, is the manager these days for Spezia. Claudio Terzuri is the captain. They did finish in third spot, and they had to go through the playoffs. It was only confirmed maybe this weekend that they'll be coming up. And they are favourites to go down, aren't they? In fact, I don't even see any odds. That's how rare these bad boys are. They are so new, I don't even have any odds. But I do expect them to be the chief whipping boys of this, and then they will struggle this time around. Speziano have a what's their capacity at their stadium? 23,000, not too bad. Decent sort of size, but ultimately they will be the first to go down in Serie A this season. Next up into 10th, we have Sampdoria, my boys. That's right. Sampdoria, currently managed by Claudio Ranieri, the nicest man in football. I don't know how long that's going to last, because he's a bit hot and cold. Sometimes they went on a nice little run, Sampdoria, but then they did go on bad runs as well. So I don't know if it's going to have one of them good seasons where he blows everyone out the water, or it'll be another season of woe. Hopefully it's a good strong season in mid-table. Fabio Quagarella still playing. Goodness gracious, how old is this guy? He is El Capitano, 37 years of age. Still, I think he was still getting called up to the Italian scene as well. Goal scoring machine as well for Sampdoria. Legend for Sampdoria these days. Sampdoria's odds are 750 to 1. You can even get odds as large as 2,000 to 1, depending on where you want to put your money. I do expect Sampdoria to have a better season, finishing 15th last time around, this time 10th. Progress, boys, progress. I don't know if I was a better man to think if Ranieri will be in charge at the end of the season. I would probably say no. But anyway, next up, Hellas Verona. No change there, boys. No change. Of course, they got a brand new squeaky clean logo. Looks pretty fancy. Looks pretty sharp. They finished 9th last time out. Surprised us all, and I think they'll keep on surprising. They're a decent little team. They play good football as well. Ivan Juric. Hang on a minute. Ivan Juric is the manager. I thought he was the one that went to Watford. I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, they're still deciding on who their capitano will be this season. Mid-table team. They'll be content with that. I'm pretty sure with that. And of course, they may have dreams and aspirations to go higher. But to be honest with you, finishing 9th back-to-back seasons, they'll be very, very much happy with that. Bookmakers odds I have them around about 750 to 1 mid-table as well. 2, 4, 6, 8th favourites, 9th favourites, something like that. In amongst the likes of Bologna and Torino as well. So I've got Verona in 9th. In 8th, they have Sassuolo. That's right, Sassuolo. They finished in 8th past season. Also, no change as well for those two spots. 51 points. They did finish a good chunk different between themselves and Napoli, who finished above them in 7th. There's a good 11 points between the two sides. Managed still by Roberto Di Zebri. Francesco Maganelli is El Capitano as well. They are actually long shots, around about 750 to 1, 2000 to 1, depending on where you go. To be 2, 4, 6 favourites to go down. They're always there, though. The previous few seasons, they've been up in that top half of the table, and I don't think much is going to change in that regard. They can score goals, boys. They're a team that's a little bit unpredictable. You just don't know what you're getting. Kind of like Marmite, if you're a Marmite eater. Into 7th spot we got is Roma. That's right. It's a bit of a surprise one. This one, currently managed by Paolo Fonseca, who's used to manage Shakhtar Donetsk and Braga back in the day. Roma finished a respectable 5th spot. That's back into Europa League football for them. They will probably have a little bit of a wobble because the teams above them are going to step it up the plate. They did finish above the likes of Napoli and AC Milan this time around, this past season. But I think those two sides will be in the discussion for top 4, top 5, and give Roma a bit of a headache. So yeah, I do expect them to have a bit of a season of struggle. Roma are actually 2, 4, 7th favourite, so I've called that one. 33 to 1, boys and girls. 33 to 1. 7th spot will still guarantee you Europa League football for another season. But I think Roma, who were in the discussion for Champions League for the majority of the season, who kind of fell off the wayside a little bit, will struggle to match that sort of form these days. Into 6th, we have Napoli, of course, managed by Gattuso. Still not convinced, even though they did turn their season around. They finished in 7th last time around, 62 points, in the end. They will be in the Europa League. That's not where they want to be. Of course, they've been familiar faces for the Champions League for the past couple of seasons under the managers of Sarri and who else was it? Benitez. I can't really remember. It's been a couple of seasons there. But yeah, managed not by Ancelotti no more, but managed by Gennaro Gattuso, who I just don't think he's your man. Lorenzo Insigne is your man, scoring the goals as well, and El Capitano for the club. The bookmakers have Napoli 4th favourites for the title. 4th favourites, 14 to 1 long shots, 9 to 1 if you want to go with other bookies as well. I don't believe it. I think the likes of the teams above them that I'm going to show you shortly will be in much better shape at the end of it, and I think it might be a season that Gattuso might not even last the full campaign. Into 5th spot we have Lazio. Of course, they are battling multiple fronts this season, and they're back in the Champions League, so it's amazing for them. So I'll be happy to see them in action as well. Simone Inzaghi is El Capitano, a manager these days, with Sinic, Lucic. So a couple of Inzaghis knocking about. As managers in Serie A this season. Did finish last season in an amazing 4th spot, level on points with Atalanta, who finished in 3rd, who was sidebarred a little bit with the old Champions League this time around. But Lazio will be there in the discussion, and then they will fall just a little bit short these days. But maybe they can compete well enough in the Champions League to maybe even push push and go into the latter stages to compete. Bookmakers have Lazio as 5th favourites. I've got them a little bit better. In fact, I've got them bang on that. I've got them bang on as 5th. So pretty pretty decent for them in the end. To be honest with you, they will feel a little bit disgruntled with not finishing the Champions League spots, but they're going to be in that discussion, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. They were amazing this season to keep up the pace with Juventus for as long as they did, but they'll fall short in the end. Into 4th spot, it is Atalanta. Of course, they finished in 3rd this past season, 78 points on the board, level on points with 4th place Lazio. They're an absolute phenomenon to watch, and they were unlucky to lose to PSG in the Champions League stages. They had the lead for the majority of that game before, of course, tumbling out in the end. Goal scoring machine, goal scoring bonanza. You just don't know what you're going to get with Atalanta, managed by Gianpiero Gasperini. Keeping him is massive. Alejandro Gomez is the captain as well. The bookmakers have Atalanta as 3rd favourites for the title, 12-1 as well. There's a bit of a void between 3rd Atalanta in the bookmakers' eyes and the 2nd and beyond. But that's where it's going to get interesting, those next 3 spots, because it could be a little bit different in my eyes anyway. So we'll have to see. To 3rd spot we go, and it is Internazionale. That's right, Inter Milan. Of course, Conte did wonders for the club last time around, but and of course made it to the final of the Europa Cup. Europa League, whatever it is, just to finish 1 point shy of Juventus, who finished top banana in the end. It's quite a weird one, this one. I don't get it. I thought it was a season of progress, a season in the right direction. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve. Apparently it's mutual consent. I don't know. I don't know if he's lined up for someplace else. It's a strange one, this one. I really don't get it. But I think whatever happens, whoever they bring in, I don't even know who they will bring in. In fact, it's not even been confirmed that he will walk away, but the rumours are that he's going to walk away, and Inter Milan will have a new manager. So yeah, strange one. This one, I don't know. What who's going to come in or what the future lies. They've still got the capabilities. They've still got the personnel, and that's another question: is if they bring someone else in, the likes of Ashley Young, Lukaku, all these players that were brought in by Conte last season, will they fit the mould for this new manager, this new governor? So a little bit of a wobble, I think. But they'll still be in the discussion as well. And next up, we have another interesting shout here. I've gone Juventus for 2nd. That's right. I am a man that does not like over dominance. I don't like a team that comes in and dominates it for divisions for years and years and years and years and years. And Juventus have done that. They have done that, and they've gone for an absolute a young manager, but he is a legend of the game. It's Andrea Pirlo. But to be honest with you, he's not been there. He's not managed at top level before. He's managed the under-23s for like a day or something like that, and then he was of course sworn in. He's a true leader, true man. He's kind of reminds me of Gattuso as well, a little bit in that regard. Some players can come in and make themselves good managers. The jury's out with Gattuso, and I don't know if Pirlo is going to be in that same sort of mould. He might come in and blow us all away and actually continue the Serie A dominance at the top of the table. But I just think it might be a season of wobble. Hopefully the football's great enough for him to be still as manager for next season or the season after this one. But for me, I'm going to go with a bit of a wobble, which will not be great for Juventus fans. They are familiar with winning and a season with their legend. It's like Shearer taking over Newcastle. If he fails, it could hurt his reputation a little bit. I hope it's not, and I hope that they stick around with him at charge. I think success will come, but to give him his first ever managerial job, top of the table, Italian champions, I think this might go a little bit south in the end, and that will leave, of course, Zlatan's boys, of course, managed by Ralf Rangnick. That's right, he's a born winner, Ralf Rangnick. He's going to be taking over from Stefano Poli. And Zlatan is rumoured to be signing an extension to the deal, formerly of Leipzig as well, who steered them in the right direction, formerly of Schalke. He's an esteemed manager, 62 years of age, been there, seen it, and done it. And I do expect him to be leading these bad boys onto another level. It's controversial, I think. Maybe AC Milan haven't been in the discussion for a while, but the wheel was in motion last time around. I think again, if the season was to finish a little bit longer than it did, let's say they played another 10 games, I think Milan would have been in that top 4 and beyond. Now with Rangnick in charge, I think he's going to install a breath of fresh air, something new, something different, and I'll get them in the conversation. And for me, it's a wild one. They're actually 2, 4, 6 favourites for the title. Long shots. But if it does work out, You saw it here first, boys. You saw it here first. Anyway, that's my predictions. I've got AC Milan. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? To oust Juventus. Everyone's going to go with Juventus. Why go? Why be a sheep? Go a little bit different. I'm going a little bit wild, and I'm going to go with AC Milan. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Before I go, I want to remind you that we do have the prediction league for Serie A, boys and girls. What's the prediction league? Well, it's just like what we did last season. You come by. We do week by week match day predictions for the channel. I'll do it. You'll do it. You put them in the old comment section, and you automatically enter yourself in the prediction league. And we have a leaderboard at the end of the show, and they'll show you whereabouts you are in the old prediction league. And then if you're on top at the end of the season, you become king or queen of the prediction league for Serie A. So the best way to keep in touch with me and the prediction shows, bang the old subscribe button and bang the little bell, because then you won't miss a beat. But that, my friends, is all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But if you are new, bang the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related, whoa, football related. We're going to all here, boys, under one roof skin. Also, check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course, if you want to become a brother from another mother, a sister to my something, you could become a Patreon, boys and girls. There is a link down below in the description, patreon.com/Roverseas, to support the channel in another way. Become an executive producer for the channel, because once these seasons get underway, we're going to have the credits rolling, and your name will be in lights on every video, every single video. And of course, if you want to also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, I'm quite vocal on all those, and we'll be in touch regularly. We'll be buddies. That's right, buddies for life. We'll have Thanksgiving, Christmas, all those things together as a family. Anyway, until then, though, give the video some love. I see you all very, very soon. Yeah, smash the video, thumbs up, get your predictions in nice and early. What you think will happen? Am I out of my mind for going AC Milan? Well, I'm just going to throw in a little curveball in the action to see what happens, and hopefully I come out on top. Until then, though, I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.